Hey guys, and welcome to another Path of Exile build. Bonehead here, Bonehead Gamers, and haven't made a video in a while, so it's about time I got stuck in and got another one here done for you guys. So this build today is for the Duelist in Path of Exile, and basically what I'm going for is a Untouchable Duelist. So as much evasion and things and stuff like that for survivability, and using dual wielding swords or rapiers. Rapiers is the best one for it, but I'll get into that later. So as you can see here, we're in the tree, and we're here with the duelist. So let's get started. So we want to go down here on the strength side, pick up these melee damage nodes, life regen, extra life. Down to Master of the Arena. So that's given us, straight away at the top here, it's given us some life regen early on in the game and some strength boost and things like that. Then we want to come across here, pick up this mana. Now you want all 3 points in this circle for the mana. So basically I like to pick it up early because you get a big increase here, 40% increase in mana regen on the last node for that circle. So yeah, you don't need to tick all those straight away. You can keep going with other stuff, and then if you find you're running out of mana all the time, then you can go back here and put these last 2 nodes in, and that'll get you that extra mana for everything. So now over to acceleration, attack speed and dexterity, and then just across here, armor and evasion, and leather and steel. So leather and steel is a good one. 24% increased evasion and armor, and ignore all movement penalties for armor. So you actually can run at full speed, and you can move. This guy moves around pretty quickly. Once we get through the whole build, there's a bit of movement boosts and things like that we get. So now from here, we want to go down into dual wield block, dervish, dual wield block, down and across, dexterity, and then here, this is the first the first thing of extra evasion stuff here: avoid stun, avoid chill, avoid freeze, and avoid shock. So the way that evasion works for in the game, you've got your evasion calculations that happen based on how much dexterity you've got, how much evasion you've got. Then aside from that, you've got avoidance, which is actually a different calculation completely. So you could avoidance is actually calculated totally separately. So which means if we can get avoidance, evasion, and dodging and everything all together, they're all separate calculations, which means we're maximizing our chances of evading, avoiding, or dodging things. So yeah, pick those up. Next thing we want to do is we want to make our way down. Basically, we want to pick up all this circle here of all these nice dual wielding abilities down to Twin Terrors, and then down around the circle and these ones here. So I usually just go to Blade Barrier and leave the others, and pick them up again later if we need them. So that gets us the start of all of our dual wielding stuff, a bit of evasion and everything. And then you probably want to go from there. You probably want to come up from this dexterity node here, up here, pick up the strength and wisdom of the glade, so beef and wisdom of the glade. And then up here to accuracy and movement speed, and get all those to Weathered Hunter. Just gets you faster attack and faster movement speed. Then flick across here to this dexterity node and pick up all these elemental resistance ones. So elemental resistance, fire resist, cold resist. And then we want to come up here on an angle through these strength nodes, dexterity, up to finesse. And so up here you'll see finesse, increase attack speed, accuracy, and dexterity. And I want to go up here, get stun recovery, and then heart evoke. So that gives us increased maximum life, 30% chance to avoid being stunned, and +1 life regen. So we get that avoid stun, and we get some more life regen, which is always nice. And then as well, while we're up here, I like to go out and get these dual wield damage and then weapon artistry. So here, 4% additional chance to block while dual wielding, or holding a shield, but we're going to be using it for the dual wield. Increased melee physical damage and extra dexterity. So those are nice. I also pick up Aspect of the Panther up here. Increased physical damage with one-handed melee weapons. Maximum life increase and increased movement speed again. So we're moving quick, we're attacking quick, and we're getting a lot of dodge and evasion and everything along the way. So that's that sort of line. Heading up there is basically done. Now we want to come back across to the strength side of things. And you can see here, so we've got all those. Back to where we were at Master of the Arena. We want to go down and get this one-handed boosts, water dancing, down here to strength, pick up all these life nodes, Golem's Blood, the life regen, dexterity, and diamond flesh. So you can see all this side here is all boosting strength and life regen, and then elemental resistance. I duck across here now, and I just get these extra dual wielding abilities. So increased attack speed, physical weapon damage, and damage while dual wielding. So that's all good. Now, so from here we want to come down, strength, pick up these ones here for dual wielding, more block. So as soon as you equip 2 swords or two weapons in your hands, you get a 15% chance of blocking automatically. That's just how they do so it's for parrying and what have you. So all these extra ones here, 2% here, 2% there, 2. There's a lot of dual wield block going on in the whole build. So it'll add up to quite a good amount of dual wield block along with all of your evasion and everything. Then here, bravado, increased physical weapon damage, dual wield damage and life, duality, more dual wield. So as you can see, dual wield, I don't focus on a specific type of weapon. I don't like to do that in the game. So yeah, if you want to use twin claws, twin daggers, twin swords, a sword and an axe, whatever, it's all up to you then. You can do that. The build, all of my builds usually stay away from focusing on one specific weapon. So from those, we want to pick up this strength node here, all the way out to the side here. And then we want to pick up these 2 life nodes and bloodless. Increased maximum life. Enemies cannot leech life from you, which I like that. I like that they can't do that. And it's part of my whole evasion thing and stuff now. Even if they manage to land a hit and try and life leech from you, they can't. Then we want to just go up 1 across, and then here, Blood Drinker. 2% of physical attack damage leeched as life. So now we can leech from the enemy, but they can't leech from us. We've picked up a whole bunch of strength nodes along the way, giving us a lot more health. More dual wielding stuff, and that's that direction all taken care of now. So you can see we've started from the middle. We've picked up what we've needed to get started. Now this whole section out here where we went and got all these dexterity things and what have you, it all depends basically on if you need more survivability early. Don't go that way first. Go out to the side here and pick up these strength nodes and the blood drinker. But yeah, you'll know as you're playing how you're going with that. So back over here now, we've got plenty of points left to do in this whole build. So you can see we've gone up, we've picked up all those. Now from back here where we're going around this big dual wielding circle, we want to keep going up. We want to pick up ambidexterity or ambidexterity. Yes, ambidexterity. Okay. Increased physical weapon damage, increased attack speed while dual wielding. And we want to pick up celerity, more faster run speed. So we're going to be attacking fast, moving fast. Everything's going to be good that way. Up to this dexterity node. Back down into here. And that's those traps. No, we didn't want that. Okay, I'll come over to here and we'll pick up Ondar's Guile. So this is one of those special nodes. This one here doubles the chance to evade projectile attacks, which is very nice. So we're already going to have pretty good evasion with everything, all the dexterity that we've got. So now we're doubling our chance of evading projectile with that little one there. I want to come across and keep going with all this dual wield stuff here. Now you can see here there's a few dual wield blocks in there too. Increased accuracy, attack speed, and then a big damage boost. So all lovely, more dual wielding, good stuff. Keep going up. That's the bow one. Up here again. Okay, here we go. Crystal Skin. Now this one here, 15% chance to avoid elemental status ailments. So, like I was saying before, you've got avoid. So if I pick up all those ones here, so you can see. So first, Crystal Skin. Avoid any elemental status ailments, and then focusing in. Avoid chill. Avoid being frozen. Avoid shock. And avoid being ignited. So we've already got a bunch of freeze and chill and shock and everything in there. So now we're building up quite a good avoidance from all those sort of status ailments that can be dealing damage to us. Now up here as well, I like to pick up this little circle. This is a critical strike multiplier, and then Heartseeker, 25% increased crit strike multiplier. So when you do crit, that little circle there is going to add quite a lot. So what's that? 25, 35, 45%. Thanks, guys. Trying to call me while I'm doing a video. Okay, so now we've picked up a whole bunch of crit bonus there. I'm going to keep going up this tree, up along the side. And we want to pick up this, one of the most important parts of it, this whole section here. Acrobatics, these nodes here, and phase acrobatics. Now, acrobatics, 30% chance to dodge attacks, 50% less armor, and energy shield. Now, energy shield we don't have anyway, but the 50% less armor, we will feel that, but 30% chance to dodge. Like I was saying about avoidance and evasion and everything, dodge is another one of these ones that's calculated as a separate entity. So what will happen is if something tries to attack you, you'll have a chance to dodge it first, then a chance to evade it, and then a chance to avoid any status ailments that come along with that attack. So 30% chance there. Then a bunch here, 3, 3, 2, 2. So we're building up all that. And then this one here, phase acrobatics. Love this one. 30% chance to dodge spell damage. So as not only are we dodging normal attacks, we've also got the ability now of a 30% chance to actually dodge spells as well, which I like that a lot. So yeah, that's the whole build, as you can see. So I'll take it from the top here, down to the strength, pick up with all these bits and pieces down here. Like I said, if you're feeling like you're getting beat up too much, you need more survivability, then go down this path on the strength side and pick up the blood drinker and everything. So you've got that happening. And as on the other side of things, keep going out on the dexterity side, picking up all the evasions, all of the stuff with dual wielding. This lovely double the chance to evade projectile attacks, and all these ones up here. So all works pretty well. The way I play it, the main abilities that I use for this is using the twin strike thing, which uses double weapons for a single target. So I'll have that as my main, and then I actually use Cyclone as my AoE sort of one. You can use Cleave as well. A lot of people use Cleave for your AoE attack, which can work quite well, especially if it's supported properly and you increase the AoE area and things like that. But I'm having a lot more fun cycloning through, and now with the expansion as well, I make my middle click the Val version of Cyclone, which instead of traveling around through the enemy, I'll go through into the middle of the enemy and hit that one, the Veil version of Cyclone, which actually sucks enemies into me while I'm doing it. It does more damage, so it's quite fun. So yeah, try it out. Let me know in the comments what you think, and Bonehead out.